My name is Dr. Okechukwu Iwegbu. I'm the proprietor of Iwegbu Leadership Academy. Leadership is one of the challenges we are facing in this country today. Lack of visionary leadership is the cause of leadership failure in Nigeria. Warren Bennis said, leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. But I, Okechukwu Iwegbu, say leadership is exercising influence over the people and inspire, direct, coordinate, motivate, and supervise the activities of the people to achieve the objectives of the organization, to achieve the objectives of the nation, to achieve the objectives of the political party, to achieve the objectives of the constituency, to achieve the objectives of the local government, to achieve the objectives of the church, to achieve the objectives of the mosque, to achieve the objectives of the family. The person who exerts influence over the people is known as a leader. A leader must be focused. A leader must be action-oriented. Number one, inspire. A leader must inspire the people, add value to their lives, improve their standard of living beyond the level he made the people. He must be creative and proactive. A leader must generate ideas, communicate, and create belief in followers that the idea is worthwhile. A leader must protect lives and property. A visionary leader must obey the rule of law. A visionary leader accepts criticism, while bad leaders see criticism as an enmity. A visionary leader must have foresight, plan ahead of the people. He must groom a successor. He must groom a successor so that when he steps down, a successor has to take over. Number two, direct. A visionary leader must direct the people what to do. There must be clarity of purpose. The people must align to your vision. Let me use an illustration, Titanic. Remember how Titanic sank in 1912? Because the captain lost focus. He lost focus as a result. Titanic sank in 1912. Because the captain was nonchalant attitude. The people abandoned their duties. There was no close supervision. As a result, Titanic sank. A leader must be up and doing. He must be creative and practical. A leader must direct the people what to do, so that there is no loophole. They must report back to you on a daily basis. They must send their report to you so that you can follow them up. So a leader must direct the people what to do. Number three, coordinate. A leader must have the capacity to coordinate the people, because he must not allow division among the people. He must not allow people to create a clique or a class. He must not allow people to create a clique or a class. That's why it's a vision. He must coordinate the people. The people must report back to him. He must not allow a clique. He must not allow a class. He must not allow division. A leader must not allow gossip. He must not allow gossip. These are the things that make people to fail. You must carry the people along. You must have meeting with them on a weekly basis, so that they can report back to you on what they have in their various ways. That's what the leadership is all about. Coordinate. Don't accept gossip. If there's anyone that is gossiping, you call them to order, because these are the things that are capable of creating division, and the people will begin to withdraw their services. It's not meant to be mentioned in leadership. Leadership must be very hardworking. Necessity is laid on you for you to deliver as a leader. You must deliver. You must deliver. That is why the people want you to serve them. You are a servant to the people. You must serve the people faithfully. You must serve with your heart. It will take your time, to take your energy. Motivation. Number four, motivation. A leader must have the capacity to motivate the people. Leaders must tap into the root of motivation to make followers to commit themselves in achieving objectives. You must motivate the people working under you. If you cannot motivate them, they begin to withdraw their service, and it will be very bad. I'm telling you, that's all you need to do. Jack Welch was a general manager in an electric factory. The way he motivated the workers, the managers, enable them to achieve its objectives. And as a result, Jack Welch became a successful leader. Bill Gates was unsuccessful leader. Braggadocio, nonchalant attitude. He feels he has arrived. He feels that he has arrived. He doesn't listen to the people. Sometimes if your followers may have the idea, your followers may have the result of the challenges you are facing. That's why it is necessary you listen. You listen to the people that are following you because they have the idea. They will give you an idea that will make you to move forward. So you must listen to them. Sometimes you may not have it all. Because if you have it all, that is the reason why only you should work alone. No leader has it all. You must work as a team. When you work as a team, you achieve your objective, you achieve your result. You must work as a team. That's what leadership is all about. So you must have the capacity to motivate the people so I'll be able to achieve the objective. Bring them together. Talk to them in a polite way. Don't rain curse on the people working under you. These are the things that make you to be a successful leader. So Bill Gates was not a successful leader because he was braggadocio. He talked to the staff anyhow. He doesn't know how to boost the morale of the people. And as a result, Bill Gates became an unsuccessful leader. Number 5, supervise. A leader must have the capacity to supervise the people. You must supervise the people under your watch. Close supervision. You must have an eagle eye to ensure that the people will do their job effectively. Close supervision so that they will not derail from your vision. You are the leader. You are the man with the vision. If there's anybody who cannot align to your vision, you must step down. Because two captains cannot be in the same ship. Two captains cannot be in the same ship. You only have one captain. So as a leader, you are the man with the vision. Everybody must fall into your vision. If they cannot fall into your vision, they have to step down. That's what leadership is all about. You just have to work as a team. So you'll be able to achieve the objective. Work as a team. When you work as a team, sky is your limit. It is very important. Next, let's look at the qualities of a good leader. Number 1, skillful. Skillful. A good leader must be skillful. A good leader must hunger for knowledge. He must go for a refresher course. Go for a refresher course. Improve yourself. When you work hard, you earn a living. But when you improve on yourself, you earn a fortune. It is very important that you improve yourself. Read newspaper, read magazine, read books. It will help you. A leader, you must be at the cutting edge. You must be at the cutting edge so that you be relevant to your generation. A leader, you must always make sure you do what is expected of you. You are an example to the world. You are a carrier. There are potentials in you. They just pass the bill and are not too young to run. My advice to the young people, whatever you are doing, do it very faithfully. Do it faithfully. But my advice to you young people is that you should be skillful. This is the time for you to build your capacity. Build your capacity. Don't be to go after mundane things. Don't be to buy expensive car. Build your capacity. When you build your capacity, time shall come. You enjoy life. You enjoy life. They just pass the bill, not too young to run. Don't you know that God has deposited potentials in you? For you to shake your world, don't die on song. You have the capacity to shake your world. Build the global platform. Shake your world. Leave your footprint on the sand of your time. And when you leave your footprint on the sand of your time, they will know that you are a relevant somebody. But since God has deposited a lot of potentials in you, why? You cannot be an idle person. You cannot, because there are potentials in you that will announce you. There are potentials in you that will announce you. Shake the potential in you and begin to manifest so that you be relevant to your society. Not only relevant, you leave your footprint on the sand of your time. Very important as a young people. So young people, I advise you, whatever you are doing, do it faithfully. Don't be to go after things that will bring you down. Association that you move with, people you associate with, they are very important. Move with people that will make impact in your life. People that will help you. People that will encourage you. People that will make you to move forward. These are the people you should move with. Number 2, qualities of a good leader. A good leader must be a good listener. You must listen to people. Listen to your subordinate because they must have the answer to the problem you are facing. You must be a good listener. When you listen to them, they will give you advice. They will have certain things that will make you to go beyond the level you want to be in life. Because one man cannot have it all. If you have it all, that is the reason why. If you have it all, you don't need to bring people to work with you because you have it all. It's a teamwork. Work as a team, and sky will be your living. So you must listen to the people. You must have eagle ear, eyeball to eyeball. Listen to the sender so that the sender will send the right message. Don't assume. That is one of the things that are quality. Number 2, that is qualities of a good leader. Number 3, qualities of a good leader. Accountability. A good leader must be accountable to the people. You must give account to the people. You must be accountable to them. Don't just say you spend money anyhow. No, you must be accountable to the people. That is why you are serving the people. Be accountable to them. Leaders are only responsible at all levels when they are accountable to the people. So it's very important to be accountable to the people. Number 4, accessibility. Because you are a servant to the people, the people must have access to you. Your office, the door of your office must open. So you're able to attend to the people. The people will bring their issues to you. You need to solve their problem. You need to advise them. So let your door be open as a leader so that people can have access to you and talk to you. Number 5, qualities of a good leader. A good leader should be able. Association. You should know the people you associate with. You don't associate with people that will devote your destiny. You associate with people that will add value to your lives. When you associate with people that cannot add value to your life, they will devote your destiny. But when you associate with people that can add value to your life, they will promote your destiny. This is one of the qualities of a good leader. Another qualities of a good leader, number 7, forgive. A leader must have the capacity. You must forgive and let the people go so that you can move forward. When you forgive people, you move forward. So a leader must have that spirit to forgive. Don't appraise people. Don't begin to appraise people because of one or two things they did in the office. No, appraise people based on the way they work. So you must learn how to forgive. Another qualities of a good leader, number 8, is sound good health. Sound good health. The greatest asset you have is your health. If you say you have a sound good health that you can walk, when you are sick you cannot walk. That's why in other words, you must take calcium, eat good food, take multivitamin, garlic, ginger, fruits. Those things will help you. So sound good health is one of the qualities of a good leader. So the greatest asset you have in your life is your health. Don't play with your health. It is very important. Don't play with your health. You need a sound good health so that you can function in the office, you can function effectively. Another qualities of a good leader. You must be firm, dependable. A good leader, a visionary leader, when you speak, let your word be your bond. Don't be fidgeting, don't be shaking. Don't allow people to push you. Let your word be your bond. Stand on your word. Don't allow 5 minutes enjoyment to ruin your career. Stand firm and you move forward. So these are the qualities of a good leader. You must be a visionary leader. A visionary leader must obey the rule of law. A visionary leader, you must accept criticism. Criticism is one of the qualities of a good leader. People will criticize you because they put you there. And when they criticize you, to make you to stay on the right path. To make you to stay on the right path. If they don't criticize you, you go overboard. So people must criticize you and you must take criticism. If you don't accept criticism, as a leader, you take criticism, accept criticism to help you to make you amend your ways. But a bad leader sees criticism as enmity. If people become your enemy because you don't want to accept criticism. But when you accept criticism, it will help you. So that's one of the qualities of a good leader. Another qualities of a good leader is that you must be competent enough to handle any position. That's the reason why you must continue to go for refresher. Improve yourself. Be skillful. When you improve yourself, is your leader. Another quality of a good leader is called and anointed by God. It is God that called and anointed you on a leadership position. You don't put yourself on a leadership position. It is God that will call you and anoint you to that position. God will call you. When God calls you, He will equip you. He will give you the wisdom and knowledge, the grace for you to function effectively. He will empower you. There's a unique anointing that will come upon you. You begin to operate in a different dimension. That is God for you. When we come next time, this is just the first segment of leadership, effective leadership. When we come next time, I'm going to speak on another qualities of a good leader for the second segment. Thank you. God bless you. Did you record well?
It's recorded.